Hello everyone, welcome back to another Natred Review. My name's Natred, and I'm going to be reviewing some footage from our local fighting practice today. And this is kind of an exciting one because we're kind of out in the boonies of Emerald Hills, and it was nice to have, I'm not sure what the occasion is, but to have a visitor today, even though I wasn't there. I heard our practice was extremely small today, but it was still nice to have a visitor come through. And I asked Angus here if he wouldn't mind recording some fights for me to kind of review here, because I've been wanting to talk more about our local fighters and the things that we're working on here and what people have been improving on and what they've improved from. And so yeah, I am going to try to keep track of the scores here in this little notepad I got going on. Do my best. We'll see how well these folks keep track of their wins, and we'll try to infer what we can as well through context clues. I did ask that they kind of throw a motion out whenever one of them scores a win, just so that we can keep track a little more easily, but we'll see how it goes. Let us begin. And we're probably going to cut this review into two parts just because I believe what this implies up here, that there's S&B and flow, and given that the first to fives and the length of the video is 11 minutes, I'm going to assume that there might be two best of fives that we review, but as I look deeper into this, maybe not. We'll see. So we have Sage here in the red fighting Flo, Angus, our local fighter, in the green fighting Punch. Angus, not a natural lefty here. Angus is in fact a natural righty who decided that the lefty is the way to go, following very very much in the path of Glenn. I'm not sold, but we'll see. So this is kind of something that Angus and I have been talking about a little bit, as far as just like developing lefty shots for him. Is this idea of like throwing an opening shot, using that, I guess throwing an opening shot, trying to hide some movement with it, and then digging in and coming on through. Still working down getting the timing right for it. Basically, the idea is that you throw a shot from a little bit far out and a little bit shallowly into their guard, and then you use that to hide a step to crush in. And this is specifically against a righty board fighter to crush in, and then throw almost the exact same shot but deeper and with some more wrap to it. Here, looks like we come up and just tag the forearm really close to chest here. It's really a thing of pure luck this wasn't a clean chest. We do manage to kind of bat Angus's leg, get him down to the ground. Angus doing his best Bell impersonation. While this is labeled as a Bell fight, I would not be surprised at all if these are amp sticks that are being used here. I believe Angus, I've felt this weapon before. It's kind of a ridiculous Bell bat. It's super nice. It's also incredibly back weighted, so it's a fucking delight to use. And I guess we had a wrist pick here. It's hard to see from this angle. Looks like it might be glove behind the glove, impossible to see from here. So that's going to be one Sage. I always find stuff like this dangerous. Playing with a flow fighter's weapons here, I feel like it's a pretty committed way to start fucking with people. You can get your arm caught out. So one of the things that I always try to look for is just patterns, recognizing them and seeing how we can break them. And so it looked like there'd been a little bit of trouble with Angus getting close enough to throw shots. It seemed like he was really reaching quite a bit. Let's back it up a tiny bit. Like reach. And there we're starting to see more discipline. Yeah. Whiff in a reach. Whiff in a reach. And so hopefully what we see from here is Angus really start finding his range. And he does land this kill shot coming up, which does land very nicely. Kept the hand pretty close to the shield there. It's so important when you're extending into zone to fight against a flow fighter that you have your hand protected as a boardman. Still feels like Angus is having a hard time finding his range. He's super far out. Gotcha. Look, there was a cross shot there from Sage's backhand. Picks up the forearm right there. Also, we're 1-1. Look at me. I remembered. What was that just popped up on my screen? Oh. Been watching too much Shane Gillis recently. My dump away here, and I don't think it's good, but the way that I dump out of this fight is always just trying to go for the big stab in the trade, or like the Omega Deep back wrap. Calling down an arm here on Sage. Let's see where we can spot where this lands at. Hard to see there, of course, but we can see it coming back off the forearm and wrist here. See, it definitely looked like it could have been hand in front of body again and catching that block.
So 2-1? Yep.
2-1 confirmed. Sounds like we got one boy David here recording. What up, David? AKA Lysander. Trade.
Have a draw cut on the back. Yeah. 2-2? Yeah.
I agree with that. It did look like a draw cut. Initially, I thought the stab might have been good, but it's always so hard to tell. In fact, if I had like laser Hawkeye vision, it is pretty easy to see how far this goes past the shield here. Yeah, so smooth. Definitely a miss. And I think this is something that Angus has the potential to become really, really good at as he keeps finding his range. Is just his ability to really aggressively close into the zone here and land. Very athletic guy. Got a really good build to be a super mobile, frustrating fighter. I feel like he doesn't fight a lot of... There may be a couple guys out at the park that are as, like, rangy and jumpy... Not jumpy, but rangy and mobile as he is. That might make him work really hard, but I feel like he may be looking for someone to challenge him to really up his mobility. To see how good he can really get with it. Call an arm again here. Yeah, definitely clean arm. And again, arguable from here. Maybe there is some contact with the body. It's hard to say from this angle. I always want to default to trusting our fighters here. Alright, this should be an easy walk down win from Angus. Are we going to call all cloth on this? Okay, I can see it. I mean, it's hard to say, right? I will say that at this point, just as like an observation, there have been like 3 or 4 shots where I've had to stop and look again here at Sage. So either there is just kind of a persistent problem with Angus finding his range.
Are you okay?
Maybe there's a little bit of excitement going on. Was that straight to the boys? Well, that'd be 3 Angus, correct?
Take your time. 3.
They just call 3-3. Let's listen again. Let's listen again.
Quick right leg and left hand. Right at the end. Take your time. 3.
Yeah, 3-3. Okay.
I was just going for your leg, I'm sorry. It's alright.
It's a legal strike zone, boys.
I saw the look in your eyes. Huh? I saw the look in your eyes. Well, I mean, it's a little funny sometimes. I've been on the receiving end plenty of times.
Well, I guess that's one of the reasons why the video could be quite long. If Angus keeps ball shotting people.
Dead. 3-3. Yeah.
Looks like Angus is asking 3-3 there to confirm it was a Simo.
Dead.
So, alright. I want to show you guys the body language I've been seeing that I love. Let me do it with my, what do I got here that I can motion around? We'll do it with this fucking, this lighter here. Alright. So, if you're being recorded, and you win, take your little sword, wiggle it above your head. If you're in a first to 10, and you lose, take your gear and give me the big no. Give me the big Simo. I believe we are 3-3 after the trade there. Also, and I cannot emphasize this enough, leash your fucking dog, lady. Leash your fucking dog. Leash your fucking dog. Leash your fucking dog. Sometimes I've walked a dog. Sometimes that dog has been dog aggressive. Sometimes I've gotten bitten because your dumb fucking dog runs up on my dog that is dog aggressive and I get bit in the fight. Leash your fucking dog. Leash your dog. Leash your dog. Whoa, leash your fucking dogs. I'm triggered. Keep them out of traffic. Close on the leg. Kind of delayed reaction on taking an arm there. It seems super light and gentle. Like this seems like an abundance of nicety in my opinion. Oh wait, no, okay, I guess they are okay, so we are a triple chartered park, and so I guess under the AMP rule set here, this is probably good. Ooh. A little bit of confusion there. Let's review it. That's what we're here for. So we got Angus getting the nice hand block and entry here. Looks like from what we can see in our 2D plane of observation, maybe some forearm, maybe some chin, and then yeah. Looks like down to the wrist.
Feel something here, but I don't know if it was a hit. So right there. Say it looked like he got you, but
yeah. Agreed.
So 4-3. Yeah, correct.
4-3. Was that the call?
Yeah, correct.
So 4-3. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Good. I feel like that showed a lot of control from Angus just there. He was managed to pick the arm and not just like either A, get sloppy, or B, get overly aggressive. Stayed in that nice tight guard. Also, I just realized this whole time, this whole T minus this song thing has been afloat in here. Oh well, we're not re-recording. Oh crap, I kind of feel like we have to re-record, right? Hey, David.
Oh, you got left arm shield and bottom left leg.
Yeah, range control is a term for it. I feel like what we're seeing a lot of here is a lot of Sage straight backing up and kind of a lack of options from Angus here. I'd kind of like to see him at this point, you know, talking about pattern recognition. The main pattern that I'm seeing here is Sage is backing up a lot, and I'd like to see Angus doing a bit more of the same. Like, if your opponent is backing up and you're comfortable advancing, fine. Like, you know, play to your strengths, but you're also playing to his strengths, which is like, meh. I think that, you know, if I was fighting somebody who was backing up constantly and I was being nice and aware and smart in the moment, you'd eventually want a gear change and start backing up, start fighting more neutrally. Yep, Simo. So he just backs. And I feel like we're still struggling to see Angus find his good range. I mean, this is such a money shot, right? But because it's being thrown from a little bit of a weird position, like again, maybe there's like a tiny bit of contact with the arm here, maybe none at all. Definitely a lot of sword on it. Ah, the double chop. Little Twin Heavens action there. This is what I mean, is like... What was that? Like, this is what I mean. Like, we get caught in these long exchanges, right? Where Angus is either static or the one that's always coming in. Very rarely do we see Sage being the aggressor as far as his footwork goes. I kind of hate Amp Guard. The little stab there made me maybe a little bit fussy. I think we should be at 5 Sage now, right?
Nice. 5-4 Sage.
5-4? Maybe we're going all the way to 10.
You got to 5. We got 7 minutes of video, like pretty good.
Just switch it and do another 5 if you guys want to go again. Because you guys were pretty evenly matched that way.
So 5-4 was
Short
the
break.
call.
You want me to stop recording?
Yeah.
Okay. Resume.
Okay, so we got some flow v flow. Okay, so they do 2 sets of 5. All right. Oh, this is my least favorite matchup. One Angus. I agree, Daedalus. I've seen that tag before, but I can't remember who you are in reality. 2 first to 6? Okay, that's what I thought. Man, I feel like, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I feel like I am so Angus biased that it's making me want me to review every time Angus loses. So I can be like, did he though? Or did this guy fucking cheat him out? Because my ego wants me to be like, the boy from home did good. Which is kind of fucked up, man, because like, nobody's allowed to cheat at the park except me. Whoop. Angus fighting double bell bats. Like a true lad. Yep, good stab. Good stab. I believe that's 2 Sage so far. I think there was a posted called there. Here comes that girl with her unleashed dog again. How close? How close was it? Yeah, good positive block from Angus there. I thought that was UQ's though. See, talking about just like a weird range thing to see Angus do. Okay, I went too far back. So, like, hold on. So again, I don't really like this kind of, like, fucking with people.
Close. It's so close.
It's a lot of commitment to actually put your sword on their sword and direct it around. Like, this is a great, like, block, right? This is pretty nice. I don't understand why we're swinging back for the sword, though. And I don't think Angus is intentionally swinging for the sword here. But, like, this is such a great moment where if Angus was a little bit more in control of his range, like, this could be, if we're super sick, this could be top of body. If we're regular sick, this could be forearm. But then again, I'm saying that it would be very hard for Angus to get close enough to throw this because of how low and threatening the sword is here. It's a hard position.
Nope, you got it.
Clearing it up. Good job, Angus, with the crazy duck shot. We're definitely going to review that. Yeah, so we have our fighter here, Sage, posted. This is what I mean by I think Angus has the ability to get some crazy things done as far as like his mobility, his flexibility, his athleticism goes. This is such a sneaky slip in, slip away. You can see kind of see the look on his face. He's like, oh, 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 that happened. Board fighters be like, me dark side.
Good.
Yep. Board fighters be like, let's dark side, and then they make it work. Like just this is my shield. There's my dark side. Well, Kizo, if you want to be good in the tournament scene, which I know Angus does, you definitely have to have a game plan.
I felt a hit on my back. I think there was. He was. Yeah, actually.
Trade.
No, it's fine. I just want to make sure we're clear. That was 3-4 or 2-4.
It was 3-3, but
So 3-4.
who won?
I did.
Okay. You definitely need a plan to fight. You know, people you haven't fought before. I know that's one of the Angus's hardest things. He has a lot of responsibilities that keep him in town. Really seeing Angus starting to like dedicate that left hand just to blocking. Way to clean it up. 4-4.
All the marbles.
I don't know what you mean by he's an air fighter, aside from like the fact that he whiffs shots and hits only air, which is not a thing you should be doing. It would not be ideal. Good. Way to clean it up, Angus.
Pretty evenly matched.
Yeah. Do you have a Facebook or a phone number?
And then Angus, of course, goes to solicit the ban. So I think my main takeaways from both of those, and I've definitely been focusing on Angus because he is our local fighter. My main takeaway from both of those is just really trying to get that. I think Kizo, you definitely hit on this too. Weeks against fighters you don't know, especially folks that are good at hiding their range. I can definitely see a little bit of that. You know, Sage here looks like a definitely pretty willowy fighter. Fights at a long range, backs up really often, and there were definitely a lot of times where I felt like Angus was struggling to find the sweet spot to sit inside of. Well, yeah, that is a good thing to take away. A good piece of like third person perspective. Maybe Cuso. That kind of strays a little bit far into the philosophy side of things that I try to stay far away from when it comes to fighting. I'm pretty mechanically minded when it comes to fighting. Um, And what's funny is that I'm going to go ahead and cut off the recording here, but we probably